Hello, I'm Shirley, and this week marked my 58th birthday. At midlife, our opportunities are a lot less than when we were in our younger years. With the challenges that's going on around the world, it makes it even more difficult to think about our finances, our health, our purpose, and our security. When we think of midlife success, we're more concerned about having peace, being secure, knowing that we're healthy, and we will be looked after in our old age. And during my reflections about aging and being 58, what if being grateful is the key to us having more abundance in our life, having more peace, and actually achieving the life that we do want in the future? I thought I'd do a manifestation experiment and see if having an abundance mindset will help to manifest the life that I do want. So why am I doing this manifestation experiment? Well, in 2023 I did some mind mapping notes in my journal, and if you've watched any of my videos on my narcissistic relationship, you'll know what I mean. And in that time in 2023, I really needed to get out of where I was, and I'll put some clips on the screen about what I wrote in those mind mapping notes that I made to show you how I manifested what I needed. But I didn't just write the notes or the mind maps of what I wanted in my journal. In the daytimes, I also took time, so for example, when I was going out for a walk, or when I was doing dishes or ironing, I would spend those times thinking about the ideal life that I wanted or where I'd like to be. As you can see from the mind map, I dated, or I put the journal entry on the 3rd of January 2023. By the 11th of February, I had moved into my first house share. Now I know it wasn't perfect, it was not where I wanted to be, but at least I had got out of that horrible situation or living arrangement by that time, and I'd moved into the house share. I had my own room and I was able to begin healing. This is what makes me want to start doing this manifestation again, is that, as you can see from my journal entry, one of the things that I put there is that where I'm going to be living is safe and gated. And on the clip that I will be sharing here now, this is the place that I moved into, and it really shocks me even now how this manifestation works. I'm not going to be creating some big bold actions just to manifest what I want. I'll only be taking small, simple, doable actions, and maybe it's something that you can try too. The important thing to remember is gratitude isn't just a mindset. Whether you've got yourself a new dress or maybe a new something for men, as Neville Goddard says, the feeling is the secret. When you're wanting something, you're always thinking about how it feels. Maybe it will make you more confident or happier within yourself or feel loved. Everything that we want is always to get that feeling that we are looking for. And Abraham Hicks also says that if you're feeling those feelings already, you're more likely to attract what it is you want, to verify or validate that what you're feeling is that thing that you're trying to achieve. maybe by feeling the feelings first, it's our way of getting what we want a lot faster. And for me, it certainly has worked in that way too.
Here's where science of gratitude meets spirituality. Our brain's reticular activating system filters what we notice. The more we focus on what's good, the more evidence the brain finds to support it. That's the literal science behind the phrase, "What you focus on expands." Dr. Joe Dispenza explains it this way. Every thought sends out an electrical signal, and every emotion creates a magnetic field. Together, they form an energetic frequency, or the vibration, that draws matching people, experiences, and opportunities into our lives. When we combine intention with appreciation, we begin to align thought, feeling, and action. That's where ease replaces effort, when we move from pushing to allowing. This isn't wishful thinking. Studies show that gratitude reduces hormones, increases resilience, and improves sleep. Spirituality is what Abraham Hicks calls the vibration of appreciation, the frequency where everything you desire begins to unfold. In other words, gratitude doesn't just make you feel better. It physically tunes your mind and body to receive more of what you want.
So how can we live this every day, not just as a concept, but as a practice of midlife success? Start off with creating a morning practice. So before you pick up your phone and start doom scrolling and getting caught up with the news going on around the world, which none of us are really enjoying at the moment, start making time to tune in and think about something you're really grateful for, and think about that and feel the feelings of genuine gratitude, and stay there for a few minutes just soaking in those real lovely feelings of goodness inside you. So when I wake up in the mornings, I try to linger in that space between being half asleep and being fully awake, and that's the perfect time when your consciousness is still not really engaged in with the day's problems. And that's a time when I try and connect with the space around me and try to connect with this energy that creates everything. And once I feel a change in my energy, that's when I start generating those feelings of gratitude and happiness and peace. And sometimes I'll try and imagine what my ideal life would look like, which sometimes goes a bit into the negative side. I try to avoid thinking about what the image would look like, and I just focus on feeling the feelings of gratitude, of peace, of happiness, and just that deep sense of security and happiness inside me. Now, a lot of people who talks about manifesting, they talk about writing 3 things down every morning and every evening that make you feel grateful. And in all honesty, I tend not to do that. But if it works for you, then do that for yourself. And sometimes you do need to do something physical or practical to remind you to feel gratitude within yourself. And I know when they say write 3 things to be grateful for, it's so much easier to pick up your phone and type in 3 things that you're grateful for. But for me, writing something down physically with pen and paper has a deeper connection, and it feels like you are actually creating something, or you're creating the life that you want, instead of just being too technical and using your phone or typing it out on your computer. Spend a few minutes each day imagining your ideal life, or imagining that you're in a relationship, and feeling those feelings within you. And this is why you'll see I am in the park again, and it's so lovely because it's peaceful. And I've said in previous videos that when I'm out walking, especially when I'm out in nature, that it's not just for the fresh air or for the exercise, because I feel more connected in nature, that it's my time to start imagining and feeling those emotions of what I think it would feel like, or what I'd like to feel like when I've got my ideal life. So I need to finish doing these videos before it gets totally dark. The other thing about being grateful is just telling people that you appreciate them. For me, feeling gratitude isn't just about being polite, it's about feeling good. And when I thank other people, it's my way of bringing back the loop of gratitudeness or blessedness, and making the other person feel good in themselves too. Okay, the fifth thing to do for feeling grateful or cultivating a mindset of gratitude in your life is to spend some time in the evening and think about one thing that happened during the day that you can be grateful for. And really, this is to help you and to remind you that the world does have your back, and it may be something small that you didn't think was important at the time, and that good things really are happening in our life, that we're not just going from day to day thinking, oh, this is such a rubbish life. But when we do think back, there are really good things happening in our life on a small day-to-day basis. I know that cultivating a mindset of gratitude won't automatically make my life brilliant, but it really helps me to remember the good things in my life. And like Abraham Hicks says, when you're feeling gratitude, or even if you're feeling negative, the vibrations or those feelings and emotions that you're having at that time will only bring situations or people to you to validate what we're feeling. Because this mindset gratitude experiment started on my birthday, today is Saturday, and yesterday I did the lottery and I won. And okay, it was only £2.50, but I see that as a start in this manifesting journey. And yeah, we can all laugh, but we also have to look at those little things that happens that just confirms that being grateful and being in that vibration of abundance is working for us, and it's moving us forward. So thank you for being here and walking this midlife journey with me. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and I'd love to know, what are you grateful for at this moment in life, even if it's the smallest thing, or maybe you've had something really nice happen to you today. And I'd love to know in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video.